All right, what's good, everybody? Like, share, subscribe as y'all tap on in, man. bro, bro, this is wild, man. Bro, this is wild, man. Bro, I'm gonna tell you, I've never seen anything like this Karmelo Anthony situation before in my life. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. To the people who said to me last night, "Hey, Ticket, why you gotta repeat yourself 1,000 times?" Because people don't understand when you tell them one time. It's like when you doing these live videos, you gotta tell people this 1,000 times for them to understand English, man. So when y'all say that in the comment section, dude, why you keep repeating yourself? Because it's a live stream and different people are coming in at different times and asking the same questions. So you're trying to respond to the people who have the same questions that are coming in at a different time. Man, listen, they're calling the representative for Karmelo Anthony, the guy on your screen, Dominique Alexander. Now they calling him a sellout. Dominique Alexander came out and he did an interview with the beautiful sister Nick at Night. Shout out to Nick at Night. She does a great job. She did the interview with the brother. She deserves the credit. He did an interview with her. She specifically asked him, his representative, the people who are behind the scenes with Karmelo Anthony, she asked him, she told him about everybody who said that they saw the tape outside the courthouse. They saw this special tape nobody saw that was 4K. Nobody saw this video except for these people. And here's the thing. Like I said last night, what white man is going to show black folks a video that exonerates a black man unaliving a white man? Make it make sense. That's just my point of it. But his own representative, Nick at Night, asked him about this. She says, hey, look, there are people outside. I saw the video. She says, I saw the video, and I saw the video that was played in the court. She asked him about this, right? Now, somebody said Google is rap sheet. When I told y'all about this from the beginning, y'all told me, oh, no, Ticket, it don't matter. It don't matter. Why you worried about that? That's what y'all told me from the beginning. Go back and listen to the videos when I told y'all this from the very beginning. Now, when he say what they don't like, now all of a sudden they call the man a sellout. If in this Karmelo Anthony case, I noticed one thing. If you say something black folks don't like, they call you a sellout. Bro, this is unbelievable stuff. So he have come out. He said, no, I saw the video at Frisco ISD. He said, I saw the video. He said he ain't see him get jumped. And now all these people are upset. Now they calling him a sellout, saying he sold him out. Just a black guy, right? That they had no problem with you speaking up for Karmelo, crying outside the courthouse after the verdict. You know what I'm saying? Let's play how this thing went down, because everybody is now, they calling him a sellout, bro. Bro, this is unbelievable work going on. Now, he said he saw the same Frisco ISD tape that all these other people claim that they saw, that they claim they saw this and claim they saw that. His own team, bro, this is the crazy part. His own team is saying he did not get jumped. But these people, these maniacs running around YouTube, lying for clicks and views, using this situation to come up, it's sad. It truly is. Shout out to Nick at Night, because she did respectable journalism. She seems like a very good person. She did respectable, honorable journalism. And now they calling this dude a sellout. Let's play it.
What we saw inside the courtroom was a grainy, hard to see video. But there was a lot of people outside the courtroom who said that they went to ISD and watched the footage and said that it was clear. And they said that they saw more than what we were shown. Can you speak on that?
Well, so Nick, you know I wasn't in there, right? But I can tell you I did see the video at Frisco ISD. And the video that at Frisco ISD, it's not like you can sit there and look at the pimple on someone's face, but you can identify what's there, right, in front of you. And so what has been described to me, is like, no, you could at least kind of know and count how many people right there.
You can count how many bodies, but we can't see like faces. You know what I mean? Like we could see like, okay, somebody's sitting right there, somebody's sitting right there, but we couldn't see like Karmelo in Austin's face, or you know what I mean? It just was like kids there.
Mm-hmm.
Some people were saying that they were able to see him getting jumped. I couldn't see that. So I was wondering if you guys saw something different.
No, it's not, I didn't see that with that video. No. I didn't see him getting jumped, or you know what I mean? Like I saw movement over there. I saw that there was multiple people around him, but I didn't see he was getting, you know what I mean, like the altercation. No.
That's his own spokesperson. The black folks calling this man a sellout because he said he saw the tape at Frisco ISD, the same tape that these people are lying, putting D's on this story about. And now they calling him a sellout because he's on the inside. All these other people are on the outside. He's on the actual, and he's one of the few people that's on the inside. You have Karmelo, you have Karmelo's parents, you have Karmelo's former attorneys, and you have his spokesperson. These are the people that was on the inside. He intimately was talking with Karmelo all these days. Don't you think if Karmelo would have got jumped, that's the first thing he would have been bringing up in all these press conferences they had? Bro, the people are on the internet calling this man a sellout because this man said, nah, I saw that same video, but he won't lie. He won't lie and throw D's on it. I'm going to say it again. He will not lie and throw D's on the story and say, yeah, he was getting jumped. Because he knows legally he can't say something that he didn't see. And he saw the tape. He saw the same tape these people claiming they saw at the Frisco ISD. The same tape they registered to see, he saw. Think about this. This is his own black spokesperson representative. Right? Now they dogging this man out online. This is unbelievable work. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Right? And so he saw the actual video at the Frisco ISD that all these people are saying, oh, the few people that's saying it are saying, see, what they did was they told portions of the truth. And then they threw D's on it to make the story juicier, to make it better, like it was going to help. It wasn't going to help. This man said, yo, I went over there and saw the same tape. Man, I ain't see him getting jumped. This is his own representative. People calling that man a sellout, yo. People that, I'm going to say this, people that wasn't in the courthouse, people that wasn't involved directly in the case, people that wasn't behind the scenes, and they don't want to hear this on YouTube, y'all. They will ignore this because this is not what they want to hear. Period, right? Once again, this man said he saw the tape. Now, people saying, oh, the tape is not clear. No, make it make sense. These people are saying they saw a clear tape. Once again, to the person that I sound like I'm supporting the Metcalf family, I'm not supporting nobody but God. I'm supporting God. Do I believe that Karmelo Anthony intentionally tried to unalive that dude? No, I don't think he intentionally tried to unalive that dude. I said 1,000 times, but you're not finna put me in no trick bag in no comment section. I ain't no fool. I'm not no parrot like a lot of people that's running around here want to act like. This man said he saw the same video in the Frisco ISD. Also, the black sister, Nick at Night, said the video she saw, she ain't see the man getting jumped. They are literally calling this man a sellout because he won't lie to try to change a story or change a narrative to protect when he doesn't need that. The truth is just enough. We already know the jury selection wasn't right. We already know the venue should have been moved. But you don't have to lie about other shit to throw D's on it. And I'm not trying to convince people. I'm just putting out the facts. Period. To the person I'm trying to convince, I'm not trying to convince nobody. I am flabbergasted that somebody that was on the inside that was black, they're calling this man a sellout because he said, bro, they're calling this guy a sellout and he was on the inside. I want you to really think about that. You have a whole bunch of people that wasn't even on the inside of the case. These people have never talked to Karmelo Anthony. They've never talked to anybody on his team. They don't know anything about Karmelo Anthony. You know who we know who talked to his team before? Nick at Night. She's talked to his team before. You know who we know that's been on the inside? This guy right here. They want to reject somebody who's been on the inside and listen to buffoons online that don't know a damn thing, that are just making up stuff. And they're calling this guy, they're calling a black dude that was on the inside of Sellout because he won't come on the TV and say, yeah, he got jumped. I seen it. He won't lie about that. So now, and he said he saw the same video of the Frisco ISD. Not the one in the court. He said he saw the one that they talking about they saw at the ISD. Listen, once again.
Different.
No.
Able to see him getting jumped. I couldn't see that. So I was wondering if you guys saw something different.
Now, she asked him, I was wondering if you guys, meaning his whole team, his whole legal team, all of them. She literally asked this man, yo, I was wondering if you guys, the legal team, because these other people outside the courthouse are saying, yo, they went to the Frisco ISD, they seen the video, it was clear, they saw the dude getting jumped. Bro, this man said, yo, I went to the Frisco ISD, I saw the same video. He didn't get jumped. And they calling this man a sellout. Bro, this dude was on the inside. Bro, this is wild, man. I'm telling you, man. And they don't want to listen to this video. You know why? Because people don't want to listen to common sense. This is the world we live in. They'd rather listen to a lie and perpetuate a lie than live off the truth. It is sad, the world and the state that we're in. So now they're calling his own black representative, a man who stood up for this man and spoke up for this man, regardless of whether you agree with him or not, right, in his past. Now, that same past they told you to ignore a few weeks ago, now they want to use that against him. I'm watching all the comments with these people. Now they're calling him a sellout because he won't lie and say, yeah, I seen him. They jumped him. Don't you think Karmelo Anthony would have told this man that they jumped him? That's a spokesperson. He would have been screaming to the heavens, man, they jumped that dude. I seen him. Bro, his own team not even saying this wild stuff. These people are literally saying this on the internet for clicks and views. And subscribers, because you get enough people who believe a lie, and y'all already know a lie is always going to go further than the truth. And that ain't nothing but the truth. A lie is always going to go further than the truth. You will be shamed. You will be beat down. You will be cast down for telling the truth. These are facts.
Able to see him getting jumped. Kids there.
Mm-hmm.
Some people were saying that they were able to see him getting jumped. I couldn't see that. So I was wondering if you guys saw something different.
No. It's not. I didn't see that with that video. No. I didn't see him getting jumped. Or, you know what I mean? Like I saw movement over there. I saw that there was multiple people around him, but I didn't see he was getting, you know what I mean, like the altercation. No.
Now, check this out. Not only did he say this, here's the problem Karmelo Anthony got. Because I went and I looked, and y'all not gonna believe when these official transcripts come out. Bro, Karmelo Anthony witnesses on the bench, his own witnesses, said that he started the incident. I know y'all not going to want to hear what I'm saying. Karmelo Anthony's own witnesses got on the stand, and when they were questioned, they said, hey, look, we thought it was self-defense, but I'm about to show y'all this. I'm about to show you, bro, I could not believe this. I could not believe it, bro. I literally, in every single student, right? And I'm going to put this on here, right? To the person who say never saw the video, he's his representative. How he ain't see the video? See, y'all, bro, you can't talk to people on YouTube. I'm not going to argue with nobody else on YouTube about this. This is his representative. Let me say this right now. The reason why he's stumbling over his words is because he don't want to offend y'all. He don't want to offend all y'all because he knows that if he tell a lie, legally he's going to be in trouble. But he don't want to offend the black community because that's who he's supposed to be working for. So if he don't, quote unquote, stand on the code, y'all going to crucify him. That's why he was like, I ain't see that, man. It's like he struggled to get the truth out, but he had to tell the truth, man. He was like, I saw the tape. I saw the same tape at the Frisco ISD. He said, I ain't see that. I ain't see him getting jumped. And I'm going to say this again. This is his. So listen, none of these, I want y'all to think about it. We got to use common sense. He's the only person outside of the parents and the lawyer that we saw this close to Karmelo. Nobody else that we saw talking on YouTube, none of these people that got channels have earned money over fist lying about this case, none of them have been that close to Karmelo Anthony. These are facts. I'm not going to get around no facts on my channel. Why would he come out and lie? Let me say this again. When he was right there beside this man. Now, I'm going to say it again. All these other people were nowhere around. I want y'all to think about this. All of us were nowhere around. Now they're calling this dude a sellout and a liar, and they weren't there. He was. Make it make sense, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the type of foolishness that's going on in our community. And once again, I am a dude. I believe that Karmelo Anthony did not try to kill that dude purposely. But I'm not willing to lie and sell my soul. I could come on here and do videos and lie to y'all and say, hey, yeah, man, he got jumped by 30 people, man. He did this, and have 1,000 people in here. Like, yeah, Ticket, you right, man. Do it, man. You right. Now, I ain't going to do that, man. I'm going to tell you what the truth is. I'm going to tell you what I saw. Right? The same way I felt like the situation with George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman should have been put in prison for what he did. The same thing we saw with George Floyd. We know that the police officer should have been put in prison. I don't have to lie to try to get you trapped up. A truth is going to be enough. Right? The truth is going to have to be enough. But to see this right here, to see that man get called a sellout, and that's his own spokesperson that told Nick at Night this, I was just like, yo, man, that's wild, bro. That's wild, bro. That's wild, man. Right? And as I told you guys, and I'll say it to y'all again, right? It's all in the paperwork. Those people went up there, right? And they literally said in the courthouse, they literally took down all of the witnesses he brought up. That's why I said when the transcripts come out and y'all see what these witnesses said, it's, man. And then, like I said, the Texas law is disgusting. Right? The Texas law is disgusting. I don't like the Texas. The Texas law says, and I want y'all to think about this. The Texas law says if you use your fist, punching is not deadly force. That's BS in my opinion. I totally disagree with that law. Texas law says punching is not deadly force. Are you out your mind? If you punch somebody and you hit him in the temple, you could kill a person if you hit him in the right spot. But Texas law say that a punch is not considered deadly force. Texas law go damn near as far to say you have to be a licensed professional fighter, MMA boxer, for your hands to be considered deadly weapons. That's insane to me, man. So they're saying that even if Karmelo got punched, this is the law. This is not me saying this. This is the Texas law. Texas law have the worst laws in the world, bro. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, and I truly feel this. If somebody's punching on you and they're bigger than you, bro, your hands is to me, your hands is deadly weapons. Your hands is deadly weapons, right? That's how I feel personally. But in Texas, a punch is not considered a deadly weapon, even from a person that's bigger than you. That's the law in Texas, bro. I swear, y'all can look this up. I'm not lying, bro. I'm not lying, bro. And that Texas law is disgusting because anywhere in America, in my opinion, right? And somebody says a push is not a punch. I'm not even talking about that. I'm just saying because my thought process is after he pushed the dude, man, y'all know they was gonna jump on top of that boy and punch that boy. Anybody in America know what's coming after a push. You ain't finna push somebody and then just let it be. When you there, that's gonna be a fight. So I'm saying the Texas law say even if they punched him, that's not enough to use deadly force, a knife, to protect yourself. That is wild to me. That's wild to me. And that is Texas law. And Texas law is basically saying if you're not in MMA or you're not a professional boxer, that your hands is not considered lethal weapons. And that's, to me, that's crazy. Anybody that balls up a fist and puts force behind it, bro, you can do damage to somebody. You can do damage to somebody. Period. And that just is what it is. You can do damage to somebody, right? Now, the whole epilepsy thing, Karmelo Anthony does have epilepsy. But here's what happened in the court, and it'll come out in the transcripts. The prosecution shot down the epilepsy thing because they used the fact that Karmelo Anthony played football. So they used that to show the jury, hey, he can take hits. He played football. So a guy who's supposed to be disabled is playing football, because I was trying to use that excuse at first myself. I'm not even going to lie. I was like, yo, the dude got epilepsy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? But they used in court that the fact, and y'all can, all this going to come out in the official court transcripts. This is not me saying this. Their counter to that was, because his lawyer used this. For people who don't know, his lawyer used this, but their counter to that in the courtroom was that Karmelo Anthony played football. And football is a hard-hitting sport. So they used that in the courtroom to counter the, he have epilepsy, he have a disability claims, right? But I'm going to tell y'all, Texas laws are disgusting. You got to watch Texas laws. You have to watch Texas laws, period. Because Texas laws are disgusting. Texas laws is set up there and gave, right? And somebody said they jumped him. They didn't jump him. they literally did not jump him. Here's the thing you guys got to understand. It's the difference between the truth, lies, and the facts. The facts are they didn't jump the man. If they would have jumped him, his whole team would have been out here saying he got jumped. His father didn't say he got jumped. His mother didn't say he got jumped. He didn't say he got jumped. His representative didn't say he got jumped. Nobody from the Karmelo Anthony side is saying he got jumped. The only people that's saying this is people on the internet. I want you to think about that. Karmelo Anthony himself is not saying he got jumped. They're even saying, I don't think Karmelo did it. What do you mean? Karmelo Anthony admitted it to the cops. He literally admitted in the body cam that, no, it ain't alleged. I did it. People say, I don't see no blood on his hoodie. What do you mean? That's not how it always goes. You think it's just going to splatter everywhere? It's not how it always goes. But they did find a drop of it on his hoodie, and he admitted it. Right? The worst part for Karmelo is that he didn't testify for himself. That's it. That's the worst part of this case. Like, even beyond the jury selection, which I think was horrible, even beyond the not moving of venues, the reason why Karmelo Anthony is in prison, in my opinion, he didn't get up there and speak for himself. You have to tell people what your mindset was and have to make people think what your mindset was. Right? That's what I truly believe. I believe that if Karmelo would have got on the stand and he would have told these people, look, this was my mindset. Because, see, can't nobody think, like, everybody, we all can try to put ourselves in somebody else. Guess what? God made us all differently. So we all don't think alike. If we all thought alike, you wouldn't have people in prison for R-wording young people. You wouldn't have people in prison for murder. You would have people in prison for all types of heinous crimes if we all thought alike, right? So that's why it was important for Karmelo to get on the stand and to explain where his mind was, right? Karmelo, in my opinion, he needed to explain two things. You said, do I believe he was jumped? Nah, he wasn't jumped. Nah, he definitely got pushed, though. And when he got pushed, they was going to converge on him. Like, when he got pushed, they was going to, this is what I truly believe. I saw him get pushed. He reacted. If he would have stayed right there, even if he didn't poke the dude, if he would have stayed right there, they'd have banked him. They was all right there. They would have got up and jumped his ass. I totally feel that. They would have jumped him right there. To me, that put him in a mindset. I believe Karmelo was of that mindset. I believe Karmelo thought he was going to get jumped right there. He was in fear that they were going to jump him, right? So he got pushed by one person. Nobody else. Nobody else. Even his own witnesses. If you read his own witnesses' statements, his own witnesses didn't say he got jumped. His team called 6 witnesses. None of them said Karmelo got jumped. They all said, hey, it was a push. And his own witnesses, Karmelo, the witnesses he called, said that he really provoked it. You had witnesses that were out there that said Karmelo walked over there, sat down. They told him to leave. He was like, man, F out of here. I ain't got to do shit. He said, all y'all a bunch of PUSSYs. That's what they said he said to him. Y'all a bunch of pussy. Y'all ain't going to do shit. Right? Then, from what I believe they told him, hey, bro, if you don't get out of here, we're going to move you out of here. And that's when I believe he said, yo, touch me and see what happened. Touch me and see what happened. And dude got up, pushed him, and then he reacted. And then he got up out that tent before everybody could jump on his ass. But I think he already knew that they would, listen, and that's where this whole case is, in my opinion. My opinion is, this whole case is that when Karmelo Anthony, I'm going to say it again to me, who said I believe the witnesses? I didn't say that. I said that. You're not listening to what I'm saying, Candy Girl. See, this is why I repeat myself 1,000 times on YouTube, because people don't listen to your words. She says, oh, you believe those witnesses? No, ma'am. I said that is what his own witnesses said in court. I'm telling you what his witnesses said, and I'm telling you what I believe, ma'am. What are you talking about? Please don't put words in my mouth. Y'all do this all the time, and I hate when y'all do that. I'm just telling you, it's going to be hard to get around his witnesses saying that. His witnesses say he went over there and was talking that shit to him. Look at the paperwork. When the court transcripts come out, you're going to see it. And to everybody who says they lied, no, you're not listening. They don't. I'm talking about his witnesses. I ain't talking about the government. I ain't talking about, see, the government witnesses, these people talked to the cops. And they gave different statements to the police. They told the police that Austin Metcalf pushed them. And then when they got to court, they tried to make it seem like that ain't what happened. That's why the daddy said, yo, all the prosecution witnesses lied. But what they didn't tell y'all is that their witnesses that they brought up, let me say this again. Karmelo Anthony's own witnesses said that it wasn't self-defense. That's what destroyed him in court. And that's the reason why they should have televised this so everybody could see, but they didn't do it because you was dealing with people who still 17, 16 years old being on the stand. Right? But they still should have did it, in my opinion. And what they should have did was, and I'm going to tell you why I think the judge is full of shit. I think Judge John Roach is full of shit. And here's the reason why, for not televising that. You don't have to show their face in the court. You can do what they do in every other case. When they go up to the stand, put the camera down on their knees. You can demand that everybody not record the faces of the witnesses. That's the easy fix right there. All he had to do is put the camera down when they're testifying and not show their face. The fact that he put the cameras out of the court, that was disgusting. Right? All you had to do is say, hey, look, don't record their faces. That's it. And that way, everybody could hear the testimony in the court. See what I'm saying? Everybody could hear the testimony in the court. That's the situation right there. But when y'all see them transcripts, man, and how they got his witnesses on them transcripts, because I'm going to say it again, there's no way to get around. And let me say this to you guys. Karmelo Anthony, he was wrong. I'm going to tell you why he was wrong. He should have never spoke to the cops. He was not under arrest at that point. He was detained. It's a difference between being put under arrest and detained. When they detain you, they put you in handcuffs, sit you in the car. When they arrest you, they say, hey, sir, you're under arrest. So at that point, they hadn't even arrested him. And he started talking. If Karmelo Anthony would have never said nothing, this would have been an even harder case for them to prove. The fact that Karmelo Anthony told the cops on videotape, before they even asked him a question about anything that was going on, they just asked him, hey, man, what's your name? Which is legal. He said, yo, because even the cops they had procedure. They said, hey, this is the alleged suspect. The cops didn't even try and say, yo, this is the guy who did it. He's responsible. They said, no, this is the alleged suspect. He told the cops, yo, I ain't alleged. I did it. He should have waited until he got an attorney. That's why you never speak unless you have an attorney. Because your statements, and then the fact that he didn't testify, it destroyed him. You have to get on the stand and tell people what you personally thought. Like, yo, and I believe if Karmelo Anthony was able to explain himself, I believe that would have helped him out a whole lot because people would have understood his mindset. It was two things Karmelo Anthony needed to explain. One, why did you have that knife on you? Nobody knows. He should have went up on the stand and explained why he had that. And secondly, he should have explained what his mindset was at the very minute that dude got up and pushed him. Right? Because if Karmelo Anthony, all he had to say was this, y'all. Yo, he stood up over me when I was sitting down. He pushed me. I'm in the other people's tent. They're all surrounding like this. They're all sitting around me. So when he pushes me, I already know what's coming next. He's ready to fight. He's going to punch me out, you know? And the other guys, they're going to probably help him because they're on the same team, because they're sitting right there around me, him, his brother, all of them, right? So now what you're doing is you're telling the jury that you were in fear of immediate group force upon you, right? When all of your other teammates were in another area, so you didn't have no backup. The fact that he didn't get up there and get on the stand and explain this, all it left was his statements to the police. That's all it left. And his statements to the police destroyed him. It destroyed him, right? His statements to the police, right? And that was bad. Because he shouldn't have said nothing to the cops. You don't say, let me say this again to y'all. You don't say a word to the cops. When the cops come up, you don't say nothing. You don't say nothing to the cops. I'm finna show y'all this. You never say nothing to the cops. Cops want to say something? Nah, I don't have nothing to say. My lawyer. You lawyer up. You lawyer up. That's what you do. You don't say nothing. Now, let me say this to y'all again. I'm going to play this what he said. Because people are doubting that he even said this. And I'm telling you guys, he said this right here on the body cam. So let's get to the body cam, you guys. And this is a very important part right here, the body cam, because the body cam is going to show you that they never even told him he was under arrest. They can detain you, right? But when you say what he said, bro, then you don't testify. This is why he had to testify, because he made statements to the police. So he had to testify. His attorneys was wrong for not letting him speak up. He should have waited for his attorneys to get there, waited for somebody to get there, but he spoke because he ain't used to this. That's why I try to tell y'all, this dude ain't no killer like that, man. Why you think he was talking like that? Boy was scared to death. That boy ain't no killer like that, man. He ain't mean to kill that dude, bro. And I'll go to my grave believing that he did not mean to kill that dude, bro. This dude is not he ain't like that, y'all. If he was in a gang, he was thugged out. If he had different stuff on his resume, that's something different. You know what I'm saying? I would feel differently, but I don't feel like that. I feel like straight up, man, he's not like a killer. Now listen to what he said. Listen to this very closely, you guys. See? He said,
somebody is treating conviction, need to be over there.
Y'all heard what he said? Listen to what he said, y'all. Listen. He said, yo, I'm just protecting myself. Listen to what he said. He said, I'm just protecting myself. Listen to what he said. To the person who said he didn't see his lips moving, cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Because I got the other angle from the other cop that they didn't show y'all on here that had the body cam on. He definitely was talking to him. Cut it out. Tell him, oh, he didn't see his lips. Man, black folks need to cut this shit out, man. Let's go. I was protecting myself. See, look.
Hold on.
And I'm just protecting myself.
If somebody is treating the victim, they need to be over there.
Under a memorial pen.
Don't reach for anything, all right, man? Stop right there for me. Dispatch 443. I got the suspect, and they're currently treating the victim. Again, he's on the north end of the stadium. All right. Any weapons on you like that? I'll look here.
So he still hadn't placed him under arrest, but this is legal. He said, hey, you got any weapons?
4-4, copy, I'll be en route.
Y'all back up a little bit. Come over here for me. Come over here.
447,
I'm going to put your handcuffs for now, okay?
Now look, he has not said I arrested you. All he's done is detained him. That's it. That's legal.
Dispatch 443. Everybody can slow down. I got the alleged suspect.
Alleged suspect is what the cop said. Not the suspect, alleged.
Everyone else can slow down. Suspect
Detained. Y'all see that? He said, I got the alleged suspect detained, not arrested. So this is where it's important for black folks to listen. it's important. Let me repeat myself again. Study to show thyself approved. Study to show thyself approved. Study to show thyself approved. So the cop even clearly said he's detained, not arrested. People say, oh, well, how can you talk to him? He didn't arrest him. This is why you have to listen. You have to study to show yourself approved. Okay? You go to church, you learn that in church. Study to show yourself approved. Listen to the cop.
I'm gonna put your handcuffs for now, okay?
And I put the closed caption so y'all can see it. Right?
Dispatch 443. Everybody can slow down. I got the alleged suspect in handcuffs right now, detained.
Detained.
Everyone else can slow down. Suspect detained in handcuffs.
He's detained. Not
You can
arrested.
open up the channel, and medics are clear to come in. Have them come to the northeast entrance. That's gonna be a gate that's wide open there, and then you come to the victim from there.
Received.
This is the alleged suspect. All right,
Dispatch is 432.
okay. We'll figure that
He
out.
said, I know how I go. I'm not alleged. I did it. Cop's like, huh? He's not even arrested this dude. He's not even arrested this dude. Right? He's not even arrested this dude. Right? Think about this. And people are saying, hey, man, why didn't the video have a different... These cops and stuff, they don't be updating the times on their cams. They just be doing like the straight, you know. If you guys know, you know. I'm finna show y'all this, though. Karmelo Anthony should not have said a word. You wait. This is why they always say when something happens, you wait for your lawyer, yo. You wait for your lawyer, though. You don't say nothing. The fact that he said something and then he didn't testify on his own behalf, it changed everything, bro. You have to get on the stand. When you said that, you have to get on the stand. Right. That's my point. So when he said, I'm protecting myself, ma'am, but he also admitted, he said, I ain't alleged, I did it. Once you say that, right, now you have to get on the stand and explain. You can't leave that for people to, because listen, if you're a juror, you're getting jury instructions. You can't guess what you think a person saw. You can't guess. You have to literally use what was stated. That's why a lot of cases go certain ways. Because as a juror, you cannot guess. You can't put your mind in somebody else's mind. When you get jury instructions, you can only use the evidence that's been put in front of you. So think about this, y'all. If you got a dead body, right? You got a murder weapon. You got a hoodie with a splatter of the other dude's blood on it. Plus, you got a videotape of him saying, I defended myself, but he says, I ain't alleged. I know how I go. I did it. Once you say that, and then you don't explain, you have to explain why you felt like it was self-defense. The fact that he didn't get on the stand, bro, that destroyed him because he didn't. Now they don't have no context. So they have nothing to go off of except for the prosecution lying ass witness, right? And the defense witness who said that Karmelo Anthony started it. Right? So this is why. Somebody said, why is the cam not showing his face? Because it's a body cam, man. What are you talking about? Man, it's a body cam. If you got to think about this, man. If you have a GoPro, a body cam on your body, and you're arresting Karmelo Anthony, the camera's not going to show his face, man. It's going to show what you're seeing. Yo, black folks, please, man. Hey, in addition to the girl in the comment section, why the body cam ain't showing his face? Man, the body cam is on this dude's chest, on the cop's chest. So the body cam is literally showing the chest to his back because he is putting him in handcuffs, right? So when he's putting him in handcuffs, what are you going to see? You're going to see the back of him, right? Right? Think about what I said. Think about what I said. Right? You can't put the two statements together. Here's the reason why you can't put the two statements together. Because you have to explain why. Let me say this to you, sister, and this is why you have to think a different way. It's key, and salute to you, baby. You know I got love for you. But check it out. You have to be able to think. When you say, oh, well, he said it was self-defense. Anybody can say it's self-defense. If somebody come to my house and I lay him down and I say, hey, it was self-defense, guess what I have to do? I have to explain why it was self-defense. I can't just say, hey, it's self-defense, man. It's not going to work. This is why he should have got on the stand. This is why the lawyer should have put him on the stand, because now you get to explain your side of the story. This is what you call using your mind. Now I get to get on the stand and explain why it was self-defense. I can't just say self-defense and think people are supposed to just take that and say, oh, well, he said self-defense. Nah, you have to explain why. You have to explain why it was self-defense. Right? There was no interrogation. They used the statements he literally made to the cops.
I got the alleged suspect in handcuffs right now, detained.
Everyone else can slow down. Suspect detained in handcuffs.
Hold on. You can open up the channel, and medics are clear to come in. Have them come to the northeast entrance. That's going to be a gate that's wide open there, and then you come to the victim from there.
Shout out to Anthony Caldwell and Kelvin Tate in the Cash App with the donation. Salute to both of y'all.
This is the alleged suspect. All right,
Dispatch is 432.
okay. We'll figure that in.
I know how it go. I ain't the alleged suspect. I did
on
it.
your person at all. Nothing.
No, sir. No, sir. See, he's talking to him.
Stamina?
No, sir. No, sir. He's literally talking to him. Grab my phone. He's literally talking to him.
A little personal there, okay? Just to make sure.
Right. Yes, sir. So he's talking to him. He's literally talking to him. He shouldn't have said a word, bro. He shouldn't have said a word. You ain't got no lawyer. You ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got no lawyer with me. I can't say nothing, man. I don't have no lawyer with me. I need my lawyer. I need my lawyer with me before I speak, right? Because now if I don't testify, all they can do is just use whatever I said in this body cam against me. So I need my lawyer, right? Hey man, I need my lawyer, right? So, and I'm telling y'all this, I personally do not believe he meant to do it. I don't believe he meant to unalive the dude, right? I personally think, and this is just my thoughts. See, I'm giving y'all my personal thoughts. My personal thoughts is that Karmelo Anthony, once dude pushed him, he thought he was going to get packed out. What does that mean? He thought he was going to get jumped on, which he probably was. They probably was going to whip his ass. He stayed up under that tent and didn't pull out that night, right? So he reacted, in my opinion, because he sensed what was going to happen next. When you feel like your life is in a certain situation because you got people around you and you react, bro, you have to say that to the jury. Because now that changes everything. Nobody can put what's inside your mind. Think about this, y'all. If y'all get caught on the street, you see a bunch of people surround you, and one person come push you, what you think they're going to do next? Come on, man. So that's why he had to tell the cops, because the jury can't just think of this for you. They can only use what they put in the evidence. So in the evidence, if you telling the cops, yeah, man, it's self-defense, man, but I ain't alleged, I did it. So, and then you don't explain your self-defense. You don't explain why you had the knife. You don't explain any of these things to the cops or anybody. Now they can only use your statements against you. This is why they always tell these young people, hey, man, do not talk to the police. And he wasn't arrested. He was only detained. You heard what the cop said. The cop was like, hey, nah, I got him detained. Detained and arrested is two different things. If you get a traffic stop and the cop says, hey, I need you to step out the car, I'm going to put you in handcuffs, I'm just going to detain you. That's not arrest. So he don't have to read you your rights. He only have to read you your rights when he say you're under arrest. Read Texas law, y'all. He said, you want me to get up now? See, he's talking to him.
The victim's going to be underneath that tent over there, so I'll get medics. Memorial tent over there, guys. All right.
He put his hands on me. I told him. See?
Victim.
I told him don't put his hands on me.
Staff standing to him right now.
See? That's him talking to them. So he's showing the remorse like, yo, he put his hands on me, man. He didn't say, yo, they jumped me, man. They packed me out, man. They beat me up, man. He didn't say that. He's not saying what all these people on YouTube are saying. He's telling you, hey, man, the man put his hands on me, bruh. That's exactly what he's saying. So now, when you look at it, you can only go off of that in court. You can only go off of that in court. You can't go off the other stuff in court. Right? So that's why I told y'all he should have never talked to the cops, man. Never talked to the cops. Never talked to the cops. Off limits talking to the cops. They ain't trying to help you. Never talk to the police. Then, like I said, the spokesperson's now getting called a sellout because he comes out and he says, nah, I saw the video of the Frisco ISD. He wasn't getting jumped.
Right now, this is the latest suspect. Already? No. We searched them. We got nothing on them.
I don't know what happened.
423. Trackers have negative CPR progress for a witness.
And notice, the cops ain't even asking him about the situation. You know why? Because he's not under arrest. So he's volunteering information. Think about this. The cop is talking to the other cop, right? He's talking to the other cop. So, like I said, I could easily come in here, man, and lie and say, yeah, man, they did them. They did this. They did that. They did that. It just, it wouldn't be, bro, it wouldn't be right, man. It wouldn't be right for me to do that, bro. It would be unofficial to lie. Because I already know the truth is enough to get up a new trial. With the shit that they did with the jury and them not moving the venue, that's enough to get them a new trial right there. That's enough right there for a new trial. Right? Anybody that got half a brain know this. They know it. Anybody that have half a brain know I ain't lying. Right? So he's going to have to testify. If he gets a new trial, which I'm going to tell y'all something, man, it's going to be very, very hard for him to get a new trial. In Texas, bro, 85% of the time they reject appeals. He's got like a 10 to 15% chance to win an appeal. Now, I believe he has a chance because of the jury selection, because I believe they're going to go deep in that jury selection, and because of they should have changed the venue. And listen, the fact that they didn't change it and that dumbass Jake Lang helped out. By Jake Lang going out there doing what he did, Jake Lang helped Karmelo Anthony in his appeal, because Jake Lang went out there before the jury was even thinking about deliberating. He went out there and Jake Lang said that he would unalive that boy if the jury didn't find him guilty. He was going to take matters into his own hands. If that ain't jury intimidation, I don't know what is. And the jury had a right to hear that because they went home. Right? And so when y'all saying, hey, Ticket Man, this is not me. This is Texas laws. That's why I was telling y'all over here calling that dude Dennis Sperling a sellout. He ain't. He reading to you what Texas law is. When you working in that law, in that system your whole life, and your parent, your father, and everybody, man, they know that shit upwards and backwards. See, every state does not have the same laws. Texas laws are disgusting. Texas laws allow the coach to put Austin Metcalf in charge of that tent. Texas laws allow them to remove that boy from a tent on public property. That's Texas laws. I hate Texas laws. Just me looking at Texas laws the last couple of nights, I hate it. Now, to the people who says that Dominique can't be trusted, when I said that from the very beginning, go look at what they told me, y'all. I said this about Dominique almost 3 weeks ago now on this channel. I was like, bro, this dude got charges. They should have never made him the spokesperson. They came in here and told me, oh, Tigger, you buck dancing, nigga. Now these same people, now he came out and said that he didn't see Karmelo getting jumped on the tape. He saw the same tape. Now they saying, oh, he ain't no good. He ain't no good. Hold on. But when I told y'all that, when I said I wasn't rocking with him, y'all ain't like what I said. Now, all of a sudden, y'all agree with what I said? Man, come on, man. Cut the cap. Cut the cap. Cut the cap. Now, all of a sudden, they calling the Dominique Alexander guy, they calling him a sellout now. And he was there he was behind the scenes for all of it.
Freezing.
Yeah, that's the wrong thing.
Freezing.
Sorry, over here for a second. Up to you. It's up to you.
That's fine. This is closer.
Let me do one more little check of you, okay?
Yes, sir.
You don't mind for reaching your pockets, anything like that? You good?
See how he's talking to him? So you see he's talking to him. That's his mouth moving. That's him.
Little under.
He's talking.
Like, no, ma'am, I don't think so.
What's your name, man?
Karmelo Anthony.
See?
K-A-R-M-E-L-O.
He's talking. He's talking. He's talking. He's talking. So that's no doubt that that's him. People say, oh, why I can't see that? Bro, that's him talking. He's telling them what his name is and everything like that. And they have a right to do that without arresting you. They have a right to ask you, hey, what's your name, bro? Right? What they can't do is they cannot interrogate you without reading you your rights. Meaning they can't ask you questions about the incident without reading you your rights. Right? Straight up. Now, to the person who says trying to use racism, no. We're not talking about I'm talking about racism as far as the jury selection. That's racist in a mofo. When you strike off the last 3 black jurors, knowing what type time it is, bro, if you don't think that's racist in the comment section, bro, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. And y'all have made up lies talking about oh, well, they said they couldn't they didn't say that. You're a liar. They were 3 educators. That's the reason why they said they was removed. And that's BS. You got the 3 last black jurors, they struck from the jury in the last minute. No dice. That's not, I'm sorry. That's very suspect. And if you don't believe that's suspect, bro, I can't help your racist ways or ideology, sir. See, I'm not one of these erratic, outrageous people that's going to come out here and push a lie for either side. I'm going to tell the truth how I see it. Period. So you might like some of what I say. You might not like some of what I say. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to come in here and spit in our face and tell us that it ain't raining, bro. Or tell us it's raining. It's not going to happen. That's not happening, bro. Anybody with, and I'm going to say this again, anybody with a half a brain knows. And then let me go this. Let's talk about, let's just forget to the person in the comment section that's running your mouth. Let's completely forget about the jury selection. The venue should have been moved, meaning the actual case should have been moved to a different jurisdiction, that trial. Why? Because the man's address was doxxed and his family's life was threatened and is on the records. That fact alone, there should have been a venue move. And not only them, both sides dealt with that same issue. That's enough to move the venue. The fact that you didn't move that venue, that is another big issue. Watch what I tell y'all. Those are the 2 main issues that his defense team, his appellate team, are going to attack. The jury selection and the fact that the venue was not moved. He did not get a fair trial in a different venue because everybody in that venue was already had raging hatred towards him. So you're picking the jury from that district. No, not happening. You got to go to a whole nother district to get a fair jury. So those are the 2 biggest main arguments his legal team have. And I think they got good damn arguments for that. I think they have good damn arguments for that. Good damn arguments for that. And guess what they're going to find out? They're going to check out their jury questionnaires. See, when you do jury duty, they give you questionnaires. You have to answer these certain questions. So those 3 black jurors, all that shit y'all lying, it's going to come out the truth. It's going to come out in the transcripts, their actual questionnaires, right? So people lying saying, oh, they said I can't vote them guilty. No, bro, that's bullshit. When them questionnaires come out, they're going to see those questionnaires. And they're going to see how they answer those questionnaires and if it was viable, if it was actually legitimate to strike those 3 black jurors. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So, but the biggest thing to me, even bigger than the jury, is the venue. Let me tell y'all something. When somebody gets their address doxxed, that's in that case, and they're getting death threats, and people are showing up to their house, that's an immediate grounds for moving the venue. Immediate grounds of moving the, and the fact that it happened to both sides, there's no excuse that venue should not have been changed. That's an instant. Any judge worth their salt would have moved that venue because of not only the safety of the proceedings, but to have a fair, right, unbiased trial. So they should have took that to a different county, period. They should have took it and did the case in a whole different county. Think about what I'm saying to y'all. And the information I'm giving y'all is factual. It's actual factuals. No capsules. Right? No cap in the rap. All right? So you guys can see this. Right? Right? They would not have shot him. To the person that they would not have shot him. He ran up to the coach. He was already with the coach. So they would not have shot him. They would not have shot that kid right there. He was already with the coach. When they came, he was already with the coach. So it wasn't like he was running away by himself. He was with the coach. Right? So again, what do you mean you think the defense wanted in Dallas County? They should have wanted it anywhere but in Frisco. I mean, anywhere but in Collin County. Anywhere. That case should have been moved anywhere but Collin County. Right? So, we'll see. 18 to 24 months. We'll see about the appeal. But as I told you guys, I just find it to be outrageous, bro, that they call this man's, this guy now, they calling him a sellout because he said he didn't see Karmelo Anthony getting jumped on the tape. He said he saw the video. He said he saw that same video of Frisco ISD. Bro, you people are insane on YouTube, bro. Insane in the membrane, bro. Listen to this, y'all.
It's not like you can sit there and look at the pimple on someone's face, but you can identify what's there, right, in front of you. And so what has been described to me, you know, is like, no, you could at least kind of know and count how many people right there. You know,
well,
what
we
I
can count how many bodies, but we can't see like faces. You know what I mean? Like we could see like, okay, somebody's sitting right there, somebody's sitting right there, but we couldn't see like Karmelo in Austin's face, or you know what I mean? It just was like kids there.
Mm-hmm.
Some people were saying that they were able to see him getting jumped. I couldn't see that. So I was wondering if you guys saw something different.
Now, listen. I want you to listen to what he say, right? He said that, right? Now, listen to this, y'all. Listen very closely. She said, I want to know if y'all, meaning him and the legal team, so Dominique Alexander and that whole legal team, the parents, everybody else who saw that tape, I want to know if y'all seen something different. Now, listen what happened.
I couldn't see that. So I was wondering if you guys saw something different.
No, it's not, I didn't see that with that video. No. I didn't see him getting jumped. Or, you know what I mean? Like I saw movement over there. I saw that there was multiple people around him, but I didn't see he was getting, you know what I mean, like the altercation. No.
So, yeah, now they mad at him. Boy, they going in. So, y'all definitely gotta let me know what y'all think, man. He says he saw that same tape at Frisco ISD. Everybody talking about. He said, "Nah, I ain't see him getting jumped." That's his own sport. That's a dude who was in the room with him, right? So bro, the same people that was defending this guy, the same people that was defending it, they destroyed it. Bro, they destroying this goddamn man. Oh my God, bro. They destroying dude, man. Bro, they bringing up all the allegations against this dude, man. Bro, this is wild stuff, y'all. Chat, this is wild behavior going on around here, man. They on this dude helmet. Man, bro. They like, yo, if you ain't see him get jumped, fool, we gonna jump you. They people crazy, man. But yeah, man. I just think that there's other procedural things that easily make this able to get a new trial. And Karmelo Anthony, in my opinion, he should testify. He should testify. He have to. He have to let, if he is blessed and gets a new trial, testify, brother. Let the people know why you had the knife, because nobody knows, and everybody has to hear from you. And then let the people know. And somebody says, you says, how do you know somebody's not lying and stating that they saw it like it's a fact? What are you talking about? How do I know they're not lying? What are you talking about, man? He had access. He went to the Frisco ISD. What are you talking about? Dominique Alexander had access. He's the actual spokesperson. He had access and went down to the Frisco ISD. Well, I don't understand what you're trying to say, man. He had access and went to the Frisco ISD.
Was a grainy, hard to see video, but there was a lot of people outside the courtroom who said that they went to ISD and watched the footage and said that it was clear, and they said that they saw more than what we were shown. Can you speak on that?
Well, so
now listen to what he says.
You know,
listen to what he says, y'all.
Right, but I can tell you, I did see the video.
I did see the video. Listen,
y'all. Nick, you know I wasn't in there, right? But I can tell you, I did see the video at Frisco ISD.
Now, he says he did see the video at Frisco ISD. Now, let's keep going.
And the video that at Frisco ISD, it's not like you can sit there and look at the pimple on someone's face, but you can identify what's there, right, in front of you. And so what has been described to me, you know, is like, no, you could at least kind of know and count how many people right there. You know,
well, we can count how many bodies, but we can't see, like, faces. You know what I mean? Like, we could see, like, okay, somebody's sitting right there, somebody's sitting right there, but we couldn't see, like, Karmelo in Austin's face, or, you know what I mean? It just was, like, kids there.
Mm-hmm.
Some people were saying that they were able to see him getting jumped. I couldn't see that. So I was wondering if you guys saw something different.
No, it's not, I didn't see that with that video. No. I didn't see him getting jumped. Or, you know what I mean? Like I saw movement over there. I saw that there was multiple people around him, but I didn't see he was getting, you know what I mean? Like,
so the person who says child didn't testify. See, that shows your small level of thinking. Two completely different cases. So when you say child didn't testify, that don't mean nothing. Every case is its own entity. That shows you that you don't have a high level of thinking. By saying that, you have not a high level of thinking, sir. You don't have a high level of thinking. See, let me give you the difference. Let me ask you a question. How many days was Child's trial? Right? I want you to think about this. How many days was Child's trial? How many days was George Zimmerman's trial? How many days, right, was O.J. Simpson's trial? Why do I ask you that? I ask you that because the fact that they didn't testify is because their lawyers covered for them not testifying with the presentation that they had for his defense. Karmelo Anthony's lawyer only gave him 5 hours, a bag of Cheez-Its, a lunch break, and a pack of now-laters, nigga. That's why he had to testify, brother. Use your mind. Use your mind. He didn't get no 2-month defense where you calling all types of experts and people up so he don't have to testify. They literally gave him 5 hours, a pack of Cheez-Its, some Now-and-Laters, a grape soda, right? Fanta to be exact, and some sugar snacks. And say, yeah, we done here. So they have to make up for if your person is not going to speak on themselves, they have to make up with the defense him not getting on the stand. Your defense got to be that strong to where he ain't got to get on the stand. We got so much defense here. When your defense is only 5 hours, bro, come on, man. They're gonna be like, man, he ain't got nothing. Right? That's why I told y'all. The man deserved an entirely new case. Trial, I should say. Excuse me. Entirely new trial, in my opinion. And he should be able to testify on his own behalf. That way he can dispel all these capping ass lies these people telling on YouTube. I'm gonna tell y'all this. Watch, everybody listen to me. Say whatever y'all want to say right now. If that boy do an interview in prison, which he might do, Karmelo Anthony may do an interview with his lawyer in prison, right? And he might explain himself from prison with his lawyer present, right? Because a lot of times some of these people do, right, when they get permission. Y'all gonna hear. Y'all gonna hear it all. And when they do, these same people that have lied to y'all all this time, made up shit, when he say something, then what they gonna say? Their gimmick is gonna be up. Their gimmick is gonna be up. Right? This is what I'm telling y'all. You always walk in truth, honor, dignity, morals, ethics, respect. Right? So I can come in here and say, hey, man, I think the dude didn't get a fair trial. I think he needs another trial. Right? But I'm also not going to celebrate a kid not being on earth. Because you never know, God works in mysterious ways. He could bring that right back to your front doorstep. Think about what I just said to y'all. Right? Think about what I just said to y'all. And you got people running around here like a bunch of hooligans saying anything, talking crazy, and wonder why God ain't pleased with them. Look how you talking. Look how you treating certain people. You're celebrating a person not being alive that was a kid. Right? Think about this. Think about what I'm saying to y'all. So when you talk about these just, legal situations, a defense and all these other situations, bro, you have to be honorable, truthful, right? All these different things we telling y'all, right? And I'm telling y'all this. Telling y'all this. He should have testified. So the person who says it's good he didn't testify. No, it's not. Here's the reason why. It's smooth 354. You're not using your brains, bro. It's bad that he didn't testify. And here's the reason why it's bad. Because an appeal is not guaranteed. An appeal rarely happens. Let me repeat myself again. An appeal rarely happens. He have a 10 to 15% chance at an appeal. That's why he should have testified in his first original trial. See, you're not using your brains. Because what happens if they reject his appeal instantly? He ain't going to get no other trial. They reject his appeal. He going to do that all that time until 17 and a half years come up when it's time for his parole to see if he gets out on parole. That's why I talk to y'all on YouTube and I give y'all sensible things to think about. I don't come on here just saying wild things and stuff like that. I don't. You know, you might not like how I say it, but I'm just being honest with you. The man have a 10 to 15% chance at an appeal. Most appeals get rejected. In Texas, 84% of appeals get rejected. Right? Now, to the person who said it's not about race, it is about race. And it's always going to be about race. Whenever you're dealing with black and white, it's about race. Period. You can deny it. All the parameters around you is showing you it's about race. See, that's the problem I have with y'all. Y'all come in the comment section and talk about, it ain't about race, dude. No, it is about race. It is about race. It definitely is about race. Because do you think Austin Metcalf and Hunter Metcalf, I got a question for you. Do you think they would have told a white dude he got to leave the tent? Let me ask you this question. Were there any other schools sitting under that tent? Or was it just a black man from a different school? I'm willing to bet that there was some other school people that was sitting under that tent from a different schools. Did they tell them, you got to get out our tent? See, y'all won't have a conscious, reasonable, conscious conversation. Right? See, that's the first thing I would have did. I was a lawyer. I'd have found out, did they have any other schools under that tent? I would have shut their whole argument down right there. Because if they had anybody else from any other school under that tent, they're done. Because how can you want to remove this man from your tent, but you got these other people under your tent? That's racism like a mofo. Especially if the other people that's under your tent from a different school and they ain't black. And you ain't asked them to move. Think about what I'm saying to y'all. You feel me? You feel me? So don't nobody want to end. I'm going to tell you why it's about race. To you who said it in the comment section. Another reason why it's about race, sir, and this is easy to tell you, sir. Another reason why it's definitely about 100% about race is this reason right here. When George Zimmerman got away with murdering Trayvon Martin, how many white people came out taking up for Trayvon Martin? How many white people came out saying this is an injustice? Well, a lot of white people didn't even care. You don't want to talk about that, though. You don't want to talk about that. But in this situation, they do care. Right? To the person who says you're not thinking, I am thinking. You're not listening. You're not listening to what I'm saying to you. You have to. The reason why I say you have to, sir, is because an appeal is not guaranteed to you, Smooth 354. You have to speak on your behalf. And guess what? If Karmelo Anthony's appeal is rejected, he's going to regret for 17 and a half or 35 years. He's going to regret that he did not speak. He's going to regret it. He's going to regret it. If his appeal get rejected. I'm telling you what the truth is, sir. You can accept it or you can deny it. Right? Think about what I just said to you right there. Right? See, that's what happens when you don't listen, bro. And I'll be trying to explain this to you respectfully because I don't want to disrespect nobody on this channel. Right? So this is what I'm saying to you, sir. Right? I'm telling you what it is. Right? I'm telling you what it is. I'm telling you what it is. So this is what I'm saying to y'all right here. Right? Right? Now, let me address this. I heard a brother saying, and he was doing an interview, great brother. I forget his name. Man, I forget his name, bro. He was talking about the video footage and that it should have been illegal because of the He was on Willie D's channel. Shout out to Willie D, man. He does a great job on his channel. But he was on Willie D's channel. I forget the dude's name, man. The most recent lawyer he had on. Forgive me, y'all. But he was saying, he was talking about how the evidence, the videos should have never been shown to nobody because the jury and that should have been all suppressed. And here's the thing, right? Them allowing people to see that video is not against the law because according to the law, Frisco ISD acted strictly within a legal framework under the Texas Public Information Act. See, that's the thing I be trying to tell y'all, like, and y'all can see this right here. Matter of fact, let me show y'all this. So the Texas Public Information Act, you guys, is basically, let me show y'all, right? And this is just to show people. Damn, I don't know why I couldn't get it to come up. Damn, I tried to bring it up. I'll get it later on for you guys. But anyways, it's a common misconception from people, y'all, that all the evidence must be sealed until the jury selection to prevent jury bias. Texas law is crazy, you guys. Y'all can look this up. Texas law permits public entities to grant access to certain records if specific statutory criteria are met, right? Now, the reasons certain people, including journalists, were legally permitted to view the surveillance footage in June of 2025, a year before the jury was selected, include the following reasons I'm about to tell y'all right now. The right to inspect versus the right to duplicate. So basically, under the Texas Public Information Act, you guys, a public entity can fulfill an open records request by allowing a requester to personally inspect information rather than providing a physical copy. Frisco ISD utilized this distinction as a middle ground, right? So the restriction basically by prohibiting any filming, copying, or digital distribution, the school district ensured the video did not go viral online, which protects the trial from widespread jury pool contamination. Now, the access, basically the media representatives were legally permitted to review the raw footage in a district office and take handwritten notes to report on what they witnessed. Now, the discretionary law enforcement exceptions, right? So while Section 552.108 of the Texas Government Code allows government bodies to withhold records if their release would actively interfere with an opening criminal detection, investigation, or prosecution, this exception is discretionary, not mandatory. So law enforcement, right, and public districts have legal authority to waive this exception if they determine that the limited transparency serves a greater public benefit or clears up community confusion. So the Frisco ISD exercised this discretion to quell escalating public speculation surrounding that incident while keeping the physical video off of the internet. And then you have the student privacy laws, right, which is the FERPA redactions. And that is because the event occurred at a school district stadium and involving people that were not of age. The video fell under the jurisdiction of the FERPA, the Federal Family Education Rights and Federal Privacy Act. And y'all can go look this all up, right? I can put the websites up here for you guys. I can put the actual pages I have them right here. But I'm telling you guys this so y'all can look this up yourselves. It's right there. All you got to do is just go look it up. Go to these actual websites that have these laws. So you can go right to the Federal Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, right, in Texas. All you got to do is go look that up in Texas, right? Texas laws are crazy, y'all. It says to comply with the federal and state privacy statutes, the Frisco ISD was legally required to protect the identities of uninvolved students, meaning all the other people. That's why I told y'all, a lot of these people that's putting these kids' photos up here that wasn't already unredacted, they're going to find themselves in legal trouble because some of these kids were still kids. It says later in the case, basically a judge signed a protective order restricting full unredacted access strictly to attorney eyes only. This legally guaranteed the defense and the prosecution have full viewing rights to prepare for a trial while keeping student personally identifiable information, which is PII, sealed from the broader public, right? So all this information, right, came out. And it's been coming out, right? So this is I'm breaking down and giving y'all the reasons why, and then you'll say, but wouldn't it contaminate the jury pool if some people were allowed to see it because maybe they were selected in jury duty? You would ask that question, right? You would ask that question, right? So, the answer to that would be yeah. So basically, the pretrial exposure, it threatens to contaminate the jury pool, but the legal system relies on a massive screening process to filter out affected individuals rather than throwing out the case, right? So basically, the law handles the reality of high-profile media exposure not by pretending that people haven't seen things, but by aggressively questioning them before they're allowed near the jury box. So the court actively prevented this pre-trial video viewing from ruining the trial through specific legal mechanisms. First, what they did was they had a massive scale of voir dire, right, which is a jury screening. So basically, what the law says they were supposed to do to find the 12 impartial people for his trial, and they summoned 600 people, right, from Collin County. During the selection process, attorneys from both sides directly requested or asked them about their media habits, right? They explicitly asked them in jury selection, have you seen the Frisco ISD surveillance video? Or have you formed an absolute opinion based on news reports? Anyone who answered yes and admitted they could no longer be objective was immediately struck for the jury pool for cause. Now, that doesn't mean somebody can lie. We know that. But it goes on. Basically, you have a legal distinction, prior knowledge versus fixed bias. So under Texas law, right, a juror does not have to be completely ignorant of a case to serve. But the legal standard is whether or not they can set aside information and judge the defendant solely on the evidence officially admitted into the courtroom. Now, if a potential juror accidentally saw a news clip of the track meeting incident but stated under oath they could remain open-minded and follow the judge's instructions, they were legally eligible to stay. And that's going to be key. What were the judge's instructions when they went to deliberate? That's going to be another big thing that Karmelo Anthony's appellate team is going to be looking at. What did the judge instructions did he give them? Did he mess up on the instructions? See, these are things that get you appeals granted. So these are all those minor details. They're major details, but they're little minor like things in the general public's eye that are major things that help with an appeal getting granted and a case getting overturned and getting a new trial, right? So basically, only a tiny handful of people, mostly local journalists and community advocates, physically went to the district office to view it. So the odds of one of those specific individuals being randomly summoned among 600 people for jury duty were extremely low, right? So basically, ultimately, the screening worked to see the jury, though the final panel faced intense scrutiny, right? Because there were no black jurors, right? And then when the one girl, she was outside the courthouse, she says, I'm a Karmelo Anthony advocate. Once you say that, you're done. Don't nobody want to hear about, I saw the video. The girl went up there and said she's a Karmelo Anthony advocate. Once you said that, nobody that's partial is going to take your word for it because you're already saying I'm a Karmelo Anthony advocate. That was the lady who had the push back shape up with the sunglasses on, with the weave on her head. Her. She says and she had the dude behind her that looked like he was slinging, well, I ain't gonna say that, but she had the dude standing behind her on the right-hand side. She got up there and said, I'm a Karmelo Anthony advocate, and I saw that. Once you say that, they don't want to hear anything you gotta say because they're gonna feel like you can't be partial, right? These are the things people gotta understand. These are things people gotta understand. So they gotta find any and all technicalities in this case, right, is what they got to find. They got to find them, right? Anything the judge did wrong, any of these things, right? You said the older white lady, she's lying too. That older white lady didn't even know what she was talking about. She was like, huh? What? Huh? What? What you say? Huh? I heard her too. Y'all know I don't miss nothing. I heard her too. Right? I heard her too. Right? I heard her too. She, in my opinion, she didn't know whether she was coming or going. It's like they were telling her stuff and she was like, huh? What? Huh? Huh? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then they're not even telling y'all what angle they seen this stuff from. Right? They telling you, oh, I seen a clear video. Okay, what angle did you see it from? Peep game, they're not even telling y'all the angle. Right? They're just saying, I saw. Okay. Tell us the angle you saw it from. Was it a different camera? The same camera? Y'all got to think like this. You're talking about a security camera, not an iPhone camera. A security camera. What security camera you know that's sitting up there, right? What security camera you know, right? Hold on, you guys. Hold on, you guys. Hold on one second. I want to see something. Hold on. Hold on one second, y'all. I got to check something real quick. Hold on. What? Hold on, y'all. Okay, yeah. All right, you guys, my bad. I was trying to check something. I was trying to check something out, you guys. All right. Yeah. So I saw it. Like I told you guys, I saw it. All right. Yeah, I ain't, like I said before, man. You gotta get something better than that. That's not gonna work. They put that lady up on the stand, man. She started asking for Geritol. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Right? And I know exactly who y'all talking about too. I know exactly who y'all talking about. So, you said, so what if she had a weave on? And no, I said she had one on. And she was sitting up there saying, I'm a Karmelo Anthony advocate. That's what I said. I'm explaining who she was. What are you talking about? So what, she had a weave on? I'm telling you the girl I'm talking about because it was like 7 people. Well, you want me? I don't know her name. So I'm going to say she had the weave on that was pushed back, and she had the shades on, and she had the dude standing behind her. That's the woman I was talking about. And she got up there and said, the first thing she said, I'm a Karmelo Anthony advocate. Once you say that, nobody is going to take you partially serious because you're saying I'm an advocate for this guy. I'm on this guy's side. So nobody in the middle is going to say, well, I take her word as credibility. I don't know the lady's name, so that's why I gave you the description. So when you said, oh, what are you talking about the weed? That's why I said that. Oh, you want me to say something else that's not true? I'm going to say the truth all the time on my channel. Whether you like it or you don't like it. Whether it hurts or it don't hurt. The same thing I said about the old white lady that was sitting there. That's exactly what she was sitting there. Huh? You can't put her on no stand. You ain't put that on the stand. She not going on the stand. She ain't gonna remember nothing that she talking about. And I told y'all, to me, they need to grand jury all those people. I would grand jury every last one of them and make them swear under oath. Straight up, I would grand jury them and make them swear under oath Right? I'm kicking it real with y'all. I'm kicking it real. You said, what did Granny do? Nah, she was out there. They was talking to her. I saw her. The old white lady. She was like, huh? What? What you saying? Bro, you can't put her on the stand, man. Come on, bro. Y'all stop this, man. Stop this. The interrogation is going to be unbelievable. I'm just telling y'all the truth on this channel. That's exactly what she said on the video. If I had the video, if somebody told me her name, I had the video, I'll put it on the screen for y'all right now and show y'all. I would do it. Right? And nobody asked the people, hey, what is the angle of the videos you saw? Nobody's saying, what angle of the video did you see this video? Nobody's saying that. People should have asked more specific questions. What was the angle of the video? Was it the same angle that they're showing on everybody now? Or was it a different angle? Why ain't nobody asked these people these questions? You got to ask the questions. You got to ask the questions. I'm just keeping it 100. Keeping it 100 with y'all. Yo, you say do it again. What she say? Man, y'all playing games, man. I ain't finna keep doing that, man. Y'all, I'm just saying what she said outside the courthouse. That's exactly what she said. Right? So, yeah, man. Somebody said dump the spokesperson. Bro, y'all hilarious, man. Now y'all going in on the sports person, bro. Unbelievable, man. Now they going off on the sports person, y'all. They can't stand the sports person, y'all. Nope. They can't stand him. Yeah, a lot of the images were AI. In the videos, they were AI people putting online. I've already had that confirmed. And people are not checking that stuff. They're not checking to see if it's AI or if it's fake. Bro, listen. You know, AI is a dangerous game. Dangerous game. Right? But I pray he gets a new trial. Because I think he has some good points. Some very good points to get a new trial, man. Because that move in the venue, because all his dad got to do is show that they had evidence. And I'm pretty sure his dad, because he said he had the evidence on the Breakfast Club, that they not only were doxxed, people showed up to their house and they were getting death threats. Once that happens, that's an automatic change of venue. That's an automatic change of venue. Right? So white people need to stop saying it's not about race. It's damn sure about race. That's why you seen that racist Jake Lane show up outside the courthouse running his rabbit ass mouth. It's 100% about race. This is why Jake Lane was out there doing what he was doing. Because it's about race. No question about it. It was 100% about race. That's why Jake Lane was out there acting a whole fool. If it wasn't about race, you wouldn't have seen Jake Lane doing that.
Hey, we always appreciate the support, and if you guys want to do so, you can use the Cash App or PayPal links. They'll be in the description box below this video or pinned at the top of the comments. The top donators will be announced every month. All right, you guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all cop the merch, and make sure that you get the weight loss formula. The links to that will be in the description box below this video. Check out our next video coming up right now.